Philadelphia is where we've got to run up a big margin. But Philly overall has been trending down, not in terms of going toward the Republicans, just people not getting out to vote. And so you got people out there like Pastor Carl Day, who's got a bunch of young men with him, knocking on doors, trying to get people to come out. It's a bigger, tougher fight in Philly to get that vote count up than it has been in the past. That has me worried. The other thing that has me worried is that the Jewish vote in the suburban areas, Biden won the Jewish vote by 70%, 70-30 last time. Some polls show Kamala at 50-50. That is 70,000 votes we've bled away. That is the margin for victory. So you got groups like Zioness, Amanda Berman out there fighting to get the Jewish vote back on board. This is a tough
Trump campaign doing ads
and
to
the
try
Trump
to
campaign pushing the other direction. So this is it is door to door, bruised knuckles, tired legs, a lot of coffee, and I'm nervous and worried, and I'm not going to be anyway until this thing gets called.
Okay, is there anything that is making you happy about Pennsylvania?
No, there's nothing making me happy about Pennsylvania. You got David Urban out there causing us trouble in the rural parts of the state. Get David Urban on this show and keep him here all day, and then I'll feel better.
Just don't let him leave.
I don't want him out there.
Same question to you. Is anything making you happy about Pennsylvania? Is everything making you nervous?
I just have to say, if only there's something that Kamala Harris could have done early in this campaign to help with the Jewish voters of Pennsylvania.
Shout out Scott.
Could it have been that the governor of Pennsylvania is a Jewish American who would have been, and a very popular one.
Just because if she's been Josh Shapiro doesn't mean every Jew is going to be voting for her.
I mean, it might have meant a whole bunch of Pennsylvania.
Look how they're claiming that, it got to do with Kamala Harris not reaching out hard enough. No, she tried to win Pennsylvania, but you have patriots on the floor like Scott Pressler that's making the presence known. Shout out to him and his movement. They're knocking on doors. They're active, and they seen that Pennsylvania was for play, and they fought for it. Conservatives fought for it this year, and they did a brilliant job, which shows that all is not lost. That if you get out there, get active, say the right things, meet the right people, you can make an impact.
Voted for her. This could go down as the biggest.
Moving on.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I understand why you're nervous. Look, I think whoever wins Pennsylvania, I mean, obviously, 90+% chance they're going to be the next president. And so these campaigns have pulled out all the stops there. The fact that Harris is going there a ton means I think they're nervous about it. And I look at some of this this early voting stuff, and it's like a witch's cauldron. You can lean over and smell the vapors, and you can kind of sort of see what you want to see in it. And Republicans have some reason to believe that maybe the Democrats aren't doing quite as well with their turnout operation. But the reality is nobody knows nothing. And so for old political operatives like Van and me, that does make you nervous because of the closeness of the polling and just the uncertainty around all the data. And I'll be as interested as anybody on election night. So I don't know whether I'm nervous or not, because at this point, I'm not sure there's, what else can you do? What else is there to say about it? Pennsylvania is the state.
But I'll tell you, the other thing that makes me nervous is in 2016, we had a big star-studded event right on the edge of the election, and we lost the state. I don't know if I don't think people understand. Working people sometimes have to choose. Am I going to go to the big, cool concert this week and pay for babysitting for that? Or am I going to try to figure out a way to get to the polls? I don't like these big star-studded events.
You guys hearing that? That's stupid. He's saying that he's feeling like Pennsylvania might not be in the play for Democrats because people are going to decide to put their personal life over the election. No, it's the fact that you guys have been losing the messaging. People in Pennsylvania has been responding very positively to grassroots, and Democrats got cocky. They fought for Pennsylvania, but not hard enough because they got too cocky. They felt like what they've done has been enough over these past few years. And even Van Jones goes on to say it cut off, but he goes on to say like the star-studded events, he don't really think that's pushing Kamala Harris forward, which is kind of crazy to see when you have CNN hyping up Kamala Harris every time a celebrity come out to endorse her. Lady Gaga even is coming out tonight to perform for Kamala Harris. I don't know if it's Wisconsin or where specifically. It might be Pennsylvania. But it's not actually helping her. It's not helping her in the internal polls. You have a CNN, Kamala Harris loyalist, Van Jones, panicking on CNN in front of a live audience about the current polling that they're getting. And I've said in my other videos, I'm sure you guys have seen, Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, and Mark Zuckerberg have all contacted Trump. And all of them contacted Trump, in my opinion, is due to the internal polling that they have. They have access to data that most people don't, which has led people to believe he's going to be president, which is getting people ready for a peaceful transition of power. So what we're seeing is, it makes a lot of sense to me. You're going to see a lot of people that were pretty much against Trump kind of bend the knee and not only say that he's the dub gets to win, but he's deserving. And that's because we're suing in the right places. Van Jones isn't only worried about the internal polling, but he's also worried about the way Republicans are fighting. Have you noticed lawsuits? Like even in Georgia, now that the Supreme Court in Georgia just announced that you can't count those ballots. What is it, like 3 days after? They have after on election day, those ballots that's counted, that's it. And we're suing in the right places. We're getting major wins. Even in Nevada, they're making it to where those illegals votes can't be counted. I don't know if people have been paying attention. Maybe I should have done better coverage on here or even on X. But we have some massive wins. We have been suing in the right places and holding people accountable. Even we're hearing about Dominion. I know people are worried about Dominion, but we see that the Secretary of State in Michigan exposed Dominion voting for doing the same kind of stuff they've done before. So we're seeing people fight back at the right time, which is making it hard to impossible for Democrats to do what was done in the past. It's just that it's so easy to be pessimistic because we've taken so many losses. But it comes a point in life where you have to truly have faith and think you can't lose forever. Even in movies, or like Star Wars, you have the dark side and it takes over, or even like Lord of the Rings. It's a horrible era. But even in the Bible, you have the end with Revelations and speak about the years of turmoil. But at the end of the day, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And we are witnessing and entering the light era. Darkness cannot last forever. We are witnessing the transition of peace. That's just my prediction. And CNN, Van Jones, Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Jeff Bezos, all of them see it. Soon, independents will see it after tomorrow. I'm excited for it. Please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will be going live for the election. So if you guys want to see that, we'll be live here on the tube. We're going to do it. We're going to have some good classic moments, and we're going to be reacting live. So it'll be interesting for sure.